Hi guys, I'm Mama Bear to Many. I am mom to 14 children. 12 of those children are still living here at home. We are feeding 14 people on a daily basis. And today I want to fill this. So I emptied out my smallest of freezers, but it's still a bigger freezer. And I want to fill this with freezer meals. So my plan is to have 20 pork meals and I believe 30 chicken meals in this freezer by the end of today. So then I had this basket full of meat, and I'm just showing the meat. I have people who are slicing the meat into like chunks. So these were roasts, and we're cutting them into chunks in order to make the meals that I already have prepped over there. Okay guys, we are getting together all these meals here, so I think I'm just gonna like kind of show you what I'm doing with my hands and speak through what I'm going to do. I think we're making 20 pork meals altogether, so I'm doing the pork meals right now. Alrighty, so this is real life in our house too. I'm speaking as I'm doing, and other people are also working on canning peaches or getting ready, peaches ready to be canned. So we are going with honey Parmesan pork. So I am not putting the meat in here yet. I'm just mixing the other ingredients. So the first is 2/3 cup of Parmesan. I'm doing 2 bags of this. I went over the recipes that I wanted to try, and then everyone kind of decided how many they wanted to try that with. So 2/3 cup of parm. Oops, or a little more. That was more like a cup. Now let's do. Gonna do half a cup of honey, but these I actually need to use up because they started to crystallize and such. So these are going to be a little more difficult, so I'm just going to eyeball. Yeah, that's not going to work at all. I need to warm that one up. Let's see. I got another pack.
Oh, this one's juicy, Isaac.
Alright, let's try this again. So let's do half a cup of honey, roughly.
Oh, that's not wrong. I thought the seed was okay.
Then I'm going to do about 3 tablespoons of coconut aminos. Sorry, I am really like an eyeballer instead of an actual measurer. There we go. Then we're going to do garlic, dry basil, and salt. So salt, do a teaspoon. Garlic. I'm going to do 2 heaping tablespoons. And then basil. We are going to do 2 tablespoons. So I'm just going to shake in 2 tablespoons. Okay, so then that's all set for the meat. I'll go grab the meat. Okay, so I think that cut out. So I have 8 tablespoons of mustard, 4 tablespoons of honey. Now I'm doing 4 tablespoons of brown sugar. Roughly. And then I'm going to do a twig of thyme. Twig or 2 from the garden. It's all dried. And then I'm going to do 4 to 5 tablespoons of maple syrup. Then I'm going to throw my pork in. So here is the maple brown sugar pork. We have 4 of those. And then we have 2 of the honey parms. Let's go see what we're doing next. Olive oil. So it's just equal parts of the red wine vinegar, the mustard, the maple syrup, and the olive oil. You can also throw in rosemary. I think I might actually this time. Let me see. I think I have it out here. Thyme. Maybe not. All right. I guess I won't. I'm gonna go grab the meat for these and I'll be back. Cooker cranberry pork. And so what I'm gonna do, or what I already did, was I put about half a cup of honey in the bottom here, but the honey was all crystallized. I had to kind of warm it up and then dump it out, so I saved you the pain of watching me trying to dig it out. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a whole quart of home canned cranberry sauce. I'm doing 4 bags of these. Some of my cranberry sauce was really thick and then some of it was like loosely canned. So I think most of these ones are the ones that are loosely canned, which actually works out great for recipes because then I can pour them in so much easier.
And then we're doing the rest of the peaches, okay?
I remember this. I'm gonna take one for mine.
Okay. So then I'm going to add about half a cup of minced onion. This is just onion. You could also add like the packages of onion soup mix in there. That would be good too, but this is what I'm using. Minced onion. Oops. I'm probably going to throw in, because our family likes garlic, I'm probably going to throw in a tablespoon of garlic as well. And I'll go grab the meat. Pineapple ginger pork in here, and then we're doing a honey lime pork, I believe it is, in the other section.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do these 2 first, the pineapple ginger, and then we'll do the other one, and then I'll put meat in all of them. So.
Yeah, and I'll get the
We're gonna do 1 can of pineapple in each. And then 2 tablespoons of olive oil. 1 tablespoon of ginger. Of ginger in there, and then I'm going to do 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. We don't use soy sauce. I just said soy sauce, but we don't. It's coconut aminos. This one is actually off of Amazon, and so it depends on where I can get it. A lot of times I end up ordering it on Amazon. So 1 tablespoon of that. And then I'm just going to do a couple of seasonings. I am going to use a little bit of this Cajun seasoning or Creole seasoning, probably about a teaspoon. And then we're going to do half a teaspoon of black pepper, salt, and garlic powder. Maybe 1, I don't know. Between half a teaspoon and 1 teaspoon. Add the meat too, and before I do that, they're working on cutting it up out there. I am going to work on this one, which is honey lime ginger. Nobody really seemed to be too keen of this idea, but it looked really good. So we're just gonna make 1 bag of it. So I am going to put in about half a cup of honey. It is, I think, like 9:30 in the morning. We did Bible a little before 8, so we started probably like 8:15. So it's been a little over an hour that we've been doing these things. Had to stop and get some other things done. They're actually on their last batch of peaches, of the 40 pounds of peaches. And then I had somebody my daughter start on the organic peaches. And so she's working on that. She got the syrup made. Almost all of the meat is done. Well, that was sticky. Okay. So half a cup of honey, and then we're going to do 1/4 cup of coconut aminos. And then we'll do a tablespoon or a little more of Worcestershire sauce. A tablespoon of garlic. I'm going to do half a teaspoon of ginger. And then what I'm going to do is grab a lime, which is in the fridge and not at my table. And I'm going to juice one lime in here and then put the meat in here, and I'll be back. Okay, so this is the last one. We are doing pulled pork. And I am going to start off with doing half a cup of brown sugar in each of these 4 bags. Pulled pork can be eaten like on buns, or you can eat it on top of rice, or you can eat it, I feel like I'm saying green eggs and ham. You can eat it here or there. Anyway, yeah, lots of places to eat your pulled pork. So, brown sugar, I'm going to do a tablespoon of salt in each. A slight one, not a full, oh, like that. You see that? So I don't know how much that would actually be. So then I'm gonna do, let's see, do I have mustard? Yep, I got mustard. So I'm gonna do about a tablespoon of mustard in each. Clearing up. This morning I was going to try to do this and I was like, oh, we can do a craft. Some people can do a craft outside, and that was not happening because the weather was just not conducive to it. It was raining, sprinkling, misty. Onion powder, we are going to do 2 teaspoons probably. You could do up to a tablespoon on that. I'm going to do 2 teaspoons of paprika. I'm doing 4 bags of this. So I'm trying to think how many meals that I have all together. We'll count together in a couple minutes. So 2 tablespoons of the paprika, and then I'm going to do a teaspoon of garlic powder. Can be a little bit more than that. I'm probably going to finish this bottle up in here. We don't mind garlicky type things. There we go. I needed to use up those small ones. So then I'm going to do 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. I'm probably going to do a half because the amount, no, I think I'll do 1/4. Yeah, I think I'll do a 1/4. If I need to while I'm cooking it, then I can add a little bit more. But I don't want it too spicy for the kids either. So just a 1/4 in these. Then we're going to do liquid smoke. We are going to do a splash, maybe 2 teaspoons. And then we're going to do 2 tablespoons roughly of Worcestershire sauce. I'm going to do 2 tablespoons roughly of olive oil. Yes, I have one. I'm not putting the meat, well, I have these stands up, so I have like 2 bags on this one because I want to do 4 bags. They came in a 3-pack, and I don't know if I wanted to get another one or not. I'm just gonna finish this up. I just have little drizzles left, so I'm just gonna finish it up in each of these bags, because this is my last one for this. And then I am going to do, what am I doing? Oh, my barbecue sauce. So I gotta grab those. So this is just your favorite barbecue sauce. This is our homemade barbecue sauce. Works really well with this. So I'm gonna do that. And it uses up some of the tomato products that we can, which is awesome. So I'm gonna do 2 pints or 1 quart in each one. I had done all these in pints because I'd run out of quart jars last year, so that is what I'm doing. So I'll do 2 in each of these bags, and then I'll bring you back and we can see what we did. Okay, so we have our maple brown sugar pork here. We have 4 bags of that. I have 2 bags of this pineapple ginger pork, and then I have 2 bags of the honey parmesan pork. So that's 8. Then we have honey lime ginger pork. I only got 1 of those. And then we have 4 of the maple Dijon, and then 4 of the cranberry pork here. So let's see, 4, 4, 4, 4. Then we're gonna come over here. And the best pulled pork, we have 4 of these. So that is 20 meals. We have 20 pork meals, and we did it in about 2 hours. Let me see, it's 10:30 now. Okay, so plan is, I'm trying to think, because I'm also doing peaches today, which you will see. I'm gonna take these and start, I think, flash freezing them. I put them on cookie sheets, and I like to flash freeze them, so I'll put them on a cookie sheet and put 2 on it and then freeze them, and then I can stack them better without them all getting stuck together. So I'm gonna work on that. And then my daughter had cut up a bunch of chicken in 2 Instapots, and that is cooked for the cooked recipes. So I think I'm gonna take a break and work on peach stuff and then come back with our chicken things. So we're trying to get this afternoon of chickenness going on. So the first recipe that we had was a recipe that was chicken pot pie but topped with tater tots, and the recipe for it came out junky. So I am reinventing the wheel and using the idea and just doing my regular kind of what was there, and then adding some chicken pot pie-ness to it. Does that make sense? So basically what I did was I took a butter and I made a small roux with butter and flour, and then I added some chicken broth and then some milk. So I will show you what I have in here. So this is just gonna thicken up now. So we have all the vegetables, there's chickens in there. That's all going to thicken up, and then I'll show you once we put them together. So now I am over here with very dirty glasses. I can barely even see that I'm on here. And so you needed 1 bottle of ketchup, 14 ounces. This is 40 ounces. So grab 1 more of the big ketchups, okay? Because it's like almost a cup of ketchup each one. So you'll need 1 more. So he is going to be making chicken aloha. And we are going to do, originally I said I was going to do 6 of these, but the amount of chicken thighs that I took out, I'm actually going to do 8 of those, just because the way that it works. The recipe was to have 6 breasts per thing. We are going to do 5 thighs per thing, and then he can just follow the recipe per bag. He's more of a newer cook, So he just needs to follow the directions and put them into a bag rather than actually like figuring out the math. Once they get a little more experience, then they can figure out the math to do different things. So it would be easier with the chicken that he has to be doing half a bag. He has 4 bags out. They each have 10 thighs in it. It'll be easier for him just to do 5 of those in each bag and then follow the directions here for each bag. So there will be 1 14-ounce bottle of ketchup. There'll be 1 can of tomato soup, so that would be on the rolly rack in the garage. That's 1 per bag, so you'll need 8.
8. I couldn't find the big bottle. There's no more big bottles.
Okay, that's fine. That'll work.
I got 2 of these because I didn't know.
So with that whole tater tot craziness, I was thinking that it was weird that I was going to be making 6 casseroles and I only had 3 bags of tater tots. Yeah, that was not a good thing, but we're going to fix it, and I had them run out and grab 3 more bags of tater tots, or possibly 6, depending if they had 1 or 2 pound bags, to fix that recipe, and that will come out perfect. I know that it will, because I'm just basically doing the same thing that I would do for our normal pot pie, and then we're topping it with tater tots, and the kids will probably eat it more because it has tater tots. I actually had some of those mixed veggie bags that needed to be used up, and that's why I chose this recipe, because I wanted something, they were gifted to us, and I wanted something that was going to kind of use up those bags. So I'm going to talk to my daughter real quick, and then once I have all the ingredients with my son, then we'll come back with you. Okay, so I'm back with my son, and we are going to be doing the chicken aloha. He already took, he had a bag of the frozen onions and green peppers, and he chopped that up a little bit smaller, so he has that in there. And then to that, he's going to add ketchup. So he's going to need 1 cup of ketchup.
Yeah.
He's going to grab the measuring cup, because that would be helpful. Oh, I had it right here. We've been doing so much. We've been doing so much today, just trying to figure out what's going on. And so it's like that moment before you like finish your coffee and you're just kind of in that like lull stage. That's where I am right now.
Ready?
Yes, so 1 cup of ketchup in each bag. That did turn out all right for the chicken tater tot thing. That came out good. She's going to be dishing that up into 6 pans, and I will go over and show you in a couple minutes what that looks like as well. So this will save us just such a bunch of time and energy when we're doing other things, especially like through the canning season. It's like if you're canning and your stovetop is being used, so these are things that can go like in the Instapot or in the oven and not necessarily use like on top of your stove. We are just starting our canning season. We have lots of things that we already started. You guys saw what we started canning. We did, we're working on peaches today. We're going to do carrots this week, but we still need to do, we have barely no applesauce. My goal for applesauce for a year is usually 365 jars. So we need a big applesauce day. I might not do 365 this year. I will see what we get. I have not seen, I know the weather's been really funky, so I don't know how the trees are. We do all of our applesauce, and we do so much applesauce because we can usually get free apples from just like wild apples like out in the forest on the side of the road, just by asking people if they would mind if we took their apples. Okay, so he has 1 cup of ketchup in each of those, and now he's going to do 1 can of tomato soup. So what might be cheap to us might not be cheap to you guys, so figure out what's cheap for you and your family, and then you can do a lot of that. So like applesauce is cheap for us, then we're going to do a bunch of applesauce. Where I actually had to buy the peaches, I might not necessarily, you can use this to scoop it if you want.
Oh, you have one of those too?
Yeah. It'll be okay. Or you can use the knife, whatever you want to do. it looks different in every household, right? Whatever is cheapest for them, but to use what's cheap to you. Because if we automatically went to Peaches, then that's something that I pay for and I buy. Whereas like the pears that I have right now already were actually gifted to us from last year free from a woman. So anything that we can get free and we go and we are just putting our time in, whether it's like picking it ourselves or asking people if they could, like if we could have things or whatever, like that's always what we incorporate a lot into our meals. If you want to help, you can help me with the next one because this is kind of Isaac's thing right now.
Okay.
Okay. He is making chicken aloha.
And what are we gonna make?
Oh, that one was easy.
Whoa, that was easy.
This one like just dumped in. The other
That
one I
was
had to
good.
scrape.
What are we gonna make? I don't know. We're making so many things today. We are making chicken aloha. Cheyenne is making chicken tater tot casserole type thing. Chicken pot pie tater
What
tot
are we
casserole
gonna
thing.
do with the peaches?
We're canning the peaches. Maybe you'll help me make jelly later because I have to make peach jelly. That would be nice.
No.
I don't know. We'll see how far we get. Okay, so now you need a third cup of apple cider vinegar. Can you show them the whole jar? So this is the apple cider vinegar that we made last year. I'm actually doing a video soon. Can you see that on the bottom? That's actually like a mother or a SCOBY. And I'm going to show you. That's what I use to start my, that's how I would start my kombucha if I don't already have a SCOBY in process. So I'm going to show you how I do that in a different video.
Don't I have figured out how much your third cup is?
Well, if you do the whole cup, then you can put 1/3 of it in each one. That would be an idea.
Okay. The whole.
Yep, do the whole cup and I'll show you how. Oop, that's fine.
A little bit wet.
So I'll show you with this. So I'm gonna pretend that this cup has 3 lines. 1, 2, actually it has 2 lines and it's divided into 3 different spaces. So then I would dump the first line off, right? And then you would dump half of that. Yep. And there you go. Awesome. Just watching my the dump truck was out there and my daughter was out there too and she was running, so I was making sure she wasn't running out by the road. Okay, so then we're gonna put in 1/4 cup of brown sugar.
I need something to scoop with. I'll be right back.
He's gonna grab something to scoop with.
I got it.
Oh, you got it. Actually, you can just do that if you want. Just do like a scoop. 1/4 cup is like a scoop.
In each one.
Yeah,
This big or
that's good. She's doing 1/4 cup or so in each one.
Sugar is going in there, right?
Yeah. Brown sugar.
Mm.
Brown sugar. Do you remember how to say brown in Spanish? Cafe. We have a woman who is so nicely teaching the children Spanish. So 1 teaspoon of mustard. So you can just do 1 little squirt if you want in each.
I know pink.
What's pink?
Rosa.
What's pink?
Pink is rosa.
Rosa.
And
This is a teaspoon.
look, wherever's Blanco.
Whatever's blanco. Like white.
White.
White, yes.
Blanco is white. And cafe is brown.
Yes, it is. So this woman so nicely offered to teach the kids Spanish. And I am so very thankful. It's just so nice of her to do that and to take time out of her day in order to do that. So I feel very blessed by that. And the kids are learning so much. All right, I think that they learn easier. They learn easier than older people sometimes because Mama's trying to learn with them and it's like, yeah, I forgot that already. So you're doing 1 teaspoon of mustard. And then after the mustard, you're just gonna do 1 can of pineapple chunks. But I noticed that we need to like open those up and everything. So 1 can of pineapple chunks. And this is for 5 to 6 thighs or breasts. It says, the recipe says breasts, but thighs are just as good. So that is what we're gonna do. I'll be back with the other stuff we're working on. And there we go for that chicken aloha. And now we're gonna go over to the table over here. So this is the tater tot pot pie. So there's chicken and the mixed veggies with like a cream sauce here. And then she's gonna put a bag of 2 pounds of tater tots on the top of each one of those. And I'll show you that. And these are the tater tot casseroles. This is the chicken tater tot casseroles, and these are all set. We're gonna put aluminum foil over the top and label them and put them in the freezer. So this is the chicken burrito recipe that my daughter is making, and it was supposed to be kind of like in burritos themselves, but we decided to make it into like a chicken burrito casserole because it's a little bit looser than you probably would want for these types of wraps anyway. So these are corn tortillas, and these were cheaper than the gluten-free other tortillas by a lot. So we're almost going to make this like an enchilada casserole or like a lasagna. So we put the corn tortillas here on the bottom, and then we're going to put some of this and then some cheese on that. Are you looking for a scoop? I'll be right back. Okay, so over here, we're kind of running out of space because I have the 1 thing of peaches getting canned on the stove over there. And then the other pot is the tater tot chicken pot pie. And so over here, she is actually, I have one of my older daughters doing this, so you probably won't see me around here too much because she's just going to handle this for me. She's doing chicken burritos. And she is doing it right there in Instapot. Okay, so we're just gonna take and put some of this on top. And then Keely's gonna grab some cheese. Okay, so I'm going to show you a couple things that I'm working on right here. It is, I think, 2 in the afternoon. I just gave the kids a snack, and this is the chicken I was working on. So these are rolled up with ham and Swiss. Most of them have 2 pieces of like lunch meat ham, honey ham, and then 2 pieces of Swiss in there. So this right here most likely would feed our family for a meal because there's quite a bit of chicken in there. And then I would serve that with a starch and then a few vegetables to go along with that. So we have 4 pans here, and then I think I make a sauce to go on top of that. So I'm going to do that in just a minute, but I'm going to take this over to the kitchen and show you guys what I am doing here. My daughter, she made a recipe that we haven't done before. It is chicken, so because we're working on chicken now. So here is the chicken. She's cut it all up into strips, and then she dunks it into sour cream with different spices in the sour cream. Let me see if I have that written down. Okay, so for a full container that size, let's see what size this is. This is 48 ounces. So for a full container, what she has in there is 2 teaspoons of garlic salt, 2 teaspoons of onion salt, and 2 teaspoons of paprika in the sour cream, and she mixed that up. So then she had these lovely potato chips, which she's going to be making some more here. I just am in the way now. But she's going to take these chips and crumple those all up into here, and that's going to be the coating for this chicken. So she has 2 chickens in the oven, and this chicken right here actually has been cooked for 10 minutes. And then I'm going to take this and put it into a 9x13 pan and cover it over, and then we'll cook it again. But I wanted it partially cooked so that it would be, let's see this, so it would kind of stay together as you put it in the other pan. So that's what I'm going to work on now. I know my kitchen's dark, so I have this one here, and then I'm just going to take the other part there and then spray it, and then I'm going to stack another row there. Okay guys, so here I have my pans of chicken. So this is the chicken that's been wrapped with ham and Swiss cheese and wrapped up in here, and we are just going to on top of here I did kind of like a 50-50 with a flour Parmesan cheese blend, and I added like a little bit of paprika, onion powder, garlic powder to it, mixed that all up, and then I sprinkled that all over. And now I have this pan full of yummy goodness. I don't know if you can see it or not. There you go. Okay, so what I did here was I had some bones. Some of the meat that I was using today was chicken thighs, and it had bone in. So we need to take the bone out. So she took the bone out, and I just took those with some water and I threw them in the Instapot and made like a little broth there. Then I took the bones out, left a little bit of meats in. I put some canned cream of chicken soup in here, and then I had a bag of the mixed vegetables left. And then I have actually had 2 bags. One's I'm gonna serve with supper tonight. The other one I threw in here. And then I put some of that flour Parmesan blend in here to thicken it up, and I'm just gonna pour this over it. I am tired. Gonna do some clean up tonight, that's for sure. It'll be nice though, once your meals are in, and it just feels like tomorrow morning will be awesome because I'll be able to stack up the meals appropriately the way that I would have them stacked up. I would finish up the last 2 meals that I need to finish up, and then it just feels like, I have dinner in the freezer. And you're not saying, hey, what's for dinner? Because if there's a day that you don't know what's for dinner, then you just go in the freezer and grab it. Or even on days that I actually plan my freezer meals in twice a week, just to make life easier. And then if somebody's like sick or whatever, they can just throw it out, pull something out of the freezer. If you know somebody that's not well in your community, then you can just bring them over a meal, or somebody who had a baby or anything like that, you can just bring them a meal, and you don't have to stop everything that you're doing if you're in the middle of something, or not be able to bless somebody because you don't actually have something available. So I love that you're able to do that, like it's already done. So I will show you these, and then I'll probably pack it up for the night. So that is what those look like. And I got 4 of those lovely things. So I'll just bake that at like 350 for like an hour or something. All right. So here we have the chicken strips all done. So there will be 3 pans of these chicken strips. We decided that the 4th pan is actually going to be dinner tonight. I still have this hamburger, and that's going to be for a taco bake. And then I have another set of thighs there in the sink, and that is going to need to get made up. That said, I'm not quite sure that things are going to be frozen enough in order to stack them. So right now I'm kind of maxed out with where I am for stacking. So I'm going to prep everything all up as much as I can. And then first thing tomorrow morning, when I can stack some really solid pans, then I'll just do those things real quick. Like, we're going to cook all that hamburger and we'll just do the layers tomorrow morning. And then we're going to cook this chicken. I mean, not cook this chicken. We're going to take this chicken and put it in a bowl, probably with all the seasonings and stuff, let it marinate, and then like just bag that up tomorrow. So it'll be a little bit quicker and easier tomorrow for us to just put it together. But we really are maxed out. We have 3 deep freezers, and as you know, like the things can't stack like one on top of another, so they kind of are stacked like staggered. And then I have some trays with like bags of stuff, but they're not frozen solid. They're frozen like a soft frozen, and I don't know that they'll be ready. So I think that I'm just gonna, it's like, I don't know, what time is it, 3:30? 3:15. Okay, so it's 3:15 now. I got those things done. She's making that chicken for supper tonight. I am still canning those peaches. I just started with canning my peach stuff for my peach jelly. So I just started boiling that down to make like a juice tea. If you want to check out that video, I'll have it as like a probably in the Every Bits Counts challenge. That will be there. I'm just going to figure out what else I need to address for supper, because we're going to obviously need to eat more than just chicken strips. And then those will need to get addressed. That is one benefit of doing like a freezer meal day, is just being able to do like all of it at once, making the mess all at once. Yeah, that day is like so messy, so messy. Let me just tell you, so messy. Like every surface is covered in something. But that said, then it's away. Like once you put it away, it's away. And then the day that you actually take stuff out, you're only like taking it out. You're not doing pots and pans and all that type of stuff. You're just taking it out, and then you don't have to worry about it again. So that is a blessing. It's also a blessing to be able to have good, nutritious meals when there's so much going on in life, and I really appreciate that. I've been doing freezer meals in one way or another. I used to do when the kids were really little. Like I've probably been doing it for maybe around 15 years. Because I remember my son Josh, who's now 16, he was a baby, and I remember wearing him on my back when I first started doing freezer meals. Hi guys, so it's the next morning. I am working with one daughter to do the Asian chicken thighs, and then I will show you the taco bakes. Actually, I'm using the same taco bakes over that Jay Morrell has over at Large Family Meal Table, so you can just check her out because she does a great job doing that. But I'll just show you when they get done what we're doing. And I moved everything around because everything got frozen last night, and I am so excited how full we are, and I will show you that in just a minute. So she has these Asian chicken thighs. We have 6 bags here. And so in each bag, she is going to put 1/3 cup of water, 1/4 cup of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of orange juice, 2 tablespoons of coconut aminos, 2 tablespoons of ketchup, 1 tablespoon of white vinegar, 4 cloves of garlic. We're actually going to use the chopped garlic and do a tablespoon for each clove. Half a teaspoon of red pepper flakes. We're going to do half a teaspoon of Cajun seasoning. Then we're going to do a tablespoon of cornstarch, and that will be it. So we're going to put that in all those bags, and then we'll be back. Okay, so this has taco seasoning. It has half of my 10 cups of rice in here. All those vegetables that we did, and then half of the meat, which is probably about 4 pounds of meat. So I'm just going to mix this up, and I will have 2 bowls of this to make 2 casseroles. I think I'll actually be able to make 4 casseroles. I just have to wait and see what I have as I go through it. So let's see. Okay, we have added, so we have 4 trays like this, and then this small tray. So these trays are 15 by 24. So we have 4 of these, and then that small one. I don't know if we'll do the small one. We shall see. I have 2 big bowls of the mixture. Go ahead. She crumpled up a couple more corn chips, so we're putting a bag in of those, and then we're spreading them out. We'll start with that one next time. Alright, so I'm just going to spread this around. I'll spread some around. Put a little too much in this one, and then not enough in the last one, but the next round I'll just do more in this one and less in the other one. One of these is open. Let's see what it's on. I suppose it really doesn't matter because we're probably going to use them all. I don't know, we'll see. Okay, so I'm just going to do spreading out and then plopping.
This one's probably good.
So about half a 3-pound container for each one. And do you want to plop some on those two? You can use that one, it's fine. She's going to plop some on there. I'm going to spread this slightly here.
Came over one, you know that.
I know, you're pay attention to what you're doing, please.
And
Okay, so then we're gonna put the cheese all along the top so it can be nice and melty for the top layer. I'm in my garage. I feel like Dora the Explorer now. How she's like, we did it, we did it, we did it, hooray. Yeah, I'm not a singer. Anyway, I've watched a little too much Dora in my time. So we did it. We got 55 freezer meals in the freezer. Well, 4 of them actually are still on the table. My son's wrapping those up now, and I'm going to have to freeze those in separate freezers, but I will show you what we have going on. So, this is the freezer that we were trying to fill. As you can see, it is almost full. I have the longer pans that I just made of those taco bakes will be able to go right here. I probably can fit 3 in here of those taco bakes there. And then I'll show you my, oops, let me fix that. Oh, the cover's in there. My garage is always a mess because it's kind of one of those things that you ask the kids to, hey, can you bring that out to the garage? And instead of like putting it away, it ends up like just in a messy pile somewhere. Okay, so over here, I'm moving my newspapers. In my big freezer, she did the Asian chicken thighs. These are going to need to freeze like this, and then I'll probably put one of those enchilada casseroles either in here or over in the other freezer. So let's see what we got through. We did 6 chicken tater tot bakes, 4 ham and Swiss chicken rolls. We did 6 burrito casseroles. We did 3 chicken strips, and then we also had that last night, but I'm not counting that. 4 creme brulee porks, 3 maple Dijon, 2 honey parm chicken, 2 pineapple ginger, 1 honey lime, 4 maple brown sugar, 4 pulled porks, 6 aloha porks. No. 6 aloha chickens. I do not know why I said pork. 6 aloha chickens, 6 Asian chicken, and 4 of those mega taco bakes. Those big taco bakes will actually do 1 supper and then probably like a lunch with like a big salad the next day. So I'll actually get 2 meals out of each of those. So I'm going to count just the pans themselves, not the extras and that type of stuff. So that would be 55 meals in the freezer. Yay for us. If you like videos like this, please make sure to like and subscribe, and we're so glad to have you guys here. Hope you have a blessed day.